I started the recording.
Yay!
Let's go! Hello, everyone. It's time for Spoogly to introduce us.
Yeah.
Spoogly 2, they made a sequel?
Okay. Sure. Those are the googly eyes shaking.
Oh!
Ooh! Spoogly
Oh, it's me, Spoogly. Oh, it's me, Spoogly.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I love that. It's like,
so
it's me,
good.
Spoogly, and then you laugh. The only thing that Spoogly does is laugh after he introduces himself.
Oh, it's me, Spoogly. We didn't have anybody else to introduce the podcast who's new this time, so we just had Spoogly do it. Hi. So welcome back to episode.
What's the episode number, guys?
11.
Bye everyone, see
11?
you next time.
Goodbye, Enter. This is the introduction.
Hi, I'm Spoogly. Welcome back to Xendergarten episode 11. Today, I'm introducing, Dirt Woke. Wonder who that is. User Rise 7. Wonder who that is. Dead Shaman. Riffy. Tristan Kalimbe. Wonder who that is. Abnormality. And Jode the Monzo for real. Wonder who that is. It's Aramax, by the way.
Yo!
Yo!
Hello, everyone. Hello, Spoogly. Thank you for
Hello.
introducing us.
That was a disaster.
You kind of sounded a little bit like Aramax doing that voice. I don't know. You kind of like completely changed your voice almost.
It's
like
such a perfect Spoogly voice.
Ground is secretly Aramax and Abnormality combined.
Like, I think that's like more Spoogly than any voice I
Yeah.
could have imagined in my head.
I mean, D has a pretty Spoogly voice,
That's true.
but D is
But
not
this is
T.
like
Yeah.
some next level Spoogliness.
D is
Yes.
mini ground, so it kind of
Yeah.
works.
This is
D went on a vacation to Lake Doramos, so she couldn't be here today.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Everyone
On, like, a
who
cruise
isn't
ship.
here is just at Lake Doramos.
They
Why
went
don't we
to swim.
record the episodes at Lake Doramos? That's kind of what
Because some of us are abroad. No.
Because of the portal, it would disrupt my attempts at containing the portal.
Yeah, we're just from the
Xendergarten
portal.
lore.
the Xendergarten
The portal that goes to
There's
London.
no internet in Lake
Who else
Doramos.
up disrupting the
I
portal?
mean, there is, but if you have too much internet, then stuff just gets way out of whack.
I mean, the government can't censor the back states forever.
It's all
so-
dial-up, but the dial tones are approximated by an Edo that isn't 14.
My internet is an 11 EDO.
It's dial-up, but it's like 12 Edo, which is like Zen for dial-up. or something.
Zen for dial-up.
Zen for dial-up? 12
That's
is
good,
Zen
yeah.
for dial-up. New episode title.
Oh, jeepers, I'm dying again.
Oh no, not again.
It's so sad that Ground died.
Don't die.
Yep, I'm just getting over a really bad cold that I had for the past few days. Been going to sleep, like, uncomfortably early. Like, I went to sleep at 7 p.m. 2 days ago.
Honestly, that's the dream. I've been trying to move my sleep forward, but like I just have bad habits. Like I can just be like, I could waste an hour just in Zen Harmonic Alliance Discord, like, and on my phone, just up in my bed. It's bad.
I mean, at least you're wasting your time on Zen Harmonic Alliance rather than, like, what do the kids play these days? Flappy Bird?
No!
Oh, the Flappy Birds and the Minecraft Pocket Edition Lite and all that stuff.
You mean like the NFT sequel that
The
they
what?
announced is like fake Flappy Bird? or
Excuse me,
something?
what?
That sounds.
Oh my
horrible.
god, yeah! Oh, I forgot about that! Yeah, Flappy Bird became an NFT thing.
What?
It's
Oh,
not even the
no.
same developer. They like bought the rights or something, or just like they scooped up the rights rather.
I don't want to know.
What is the deal with Flappy Bird? So, like, it got way too popular, and the developer was like, all right, enough of this stuff. I'm taking it off the App Store.
They're overwhelmed. And what's even more of a crime is that they didn't put it on Google Play. Like they only did iOS for some reason. So I had to like as an Android user back when I was 13, I had to like on my phone I had to like play like this bootleg. I mean, I was still really good at it, but like
I feel like the type of Flappy Bird clone that you had on your phone, if you didn't download it in time, I feel like that is a more accurate predictor of personality than a lot of stuff.
I mean, that sucks, but it's not as bad as me missing out on the 2016 Pokemon Go craze, because at the time all I had was an iPod Touch and one of those cell phones with like a flip out keyboard.
You're not the only one who missed. Oh, did Riffy go?
No, Riffy's there.
I thought you were gonna say you had like a ladybug phone, like in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
Well, yeah, you're not the only one who missed out on the Pokemon Go craze. I mean, I've heard about it, but like over here in Eastern Europe, we just like did not do it.
Yeah, I also never got on the Pokemon Go train. Maybe this is like a common thread that joins all Zen harmonicists.
Well, you guys are also like a few years younger than me, several years younger than me, right?
Yeah, it was like 7 or so.
Wow, you're
Oh
way
my
younger.
God.
I keep forgetting how much younger you and Abnormality are than I am.
Hi, Ground. My name is Young.
Hi, I'm gonna be in the ground soon because old.
I'm like, what, 2 months or 3 months older than Ground, so I'm like closer. I'm kind of like her age, so.
Well, I'm Joe the Monzo for real.
Those months make the big difference.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, I always think of you as being younger than Ground because your voice just sounds so much younger
Yeah,
than
I
hers.
know.
Yeah. I keep thinking that Tristan is like 17 or so.
Yeah.
It's my maturity. That's what that's. I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe.
Even
because
15.
I have like the maturity of a 17
Yeah.
year old.
I'm gonna be like 40 and sound the exact same.
Should we mention Xendergarten before hours? By
Oh, we
abnormality?
should.
Oh, yeah, we should. Maybe I could give a little bit of a explanation.
Well, you're doing
on
it
that,
right
'cause I'm the
now.
one who had the idea. Okay, so there's this thing that I started kind of out of nowhere
Oh.
called Xendergarten Before Hours, and it's this like little like unofficial. I don't know if I'd call it a Xendergarten spin-off, but it's just like whenever there are like 3 or more people in a VC and like they're like, hey, I want to record like a funny little podcast thingy that obviously wouldn't fit into like the kind of more important, more like on topic focused discussions from Xendergarten. I know, of course, Xendergarten known for staying on topic, but yeah. So Xendergarten Before Hours is what I think I started just randomly when I was in a call with RMX and Tristan Bay, and yeah, we just talk about whatever. It's just like an in between kind of Xendergarten that's unofficial while we wait for the next Xendergarten episode to be recorded.
Yeah.
And we did, yeah. So far there are 2 episodes. I think the 2 episodes are the most impulsive thing I've ever seen, and Stephen Weigel gets waterboarded.
Oh my god, I remember Stephen Weigel gets waterboarded, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one that I was
maybe-
in, and my
yeah.
audio was like totally deep fried the entire time, and I still to this day have no idea why.
Yeah, I have the videos unlisted, but on a public playlist. Maybe we could link the playlist in
Yeah,
the
we
description of this
should.
video.
Link in the description, everyone!
Have you listened to episode 1?
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Your audio, you think your audio is deep fried? Listen to episode 1.
Oh my god,
and tell me how deep fried that is.
Episode 1 was hilarious. It was only Abnormality, Tristan, and I back then.
Back in the day.
Oh yeah, Tristan Bay.
Yeah, we were like listing off MOS names and stuff.
Tristan Bay like read Kite's manifesto, which is like I don't have to memorize what a schisma is, what a kleisma is, and then Tristan Bay
Yeah.
responded to that by just listing off what each of those things were.
It was the
really-
funniest response ever.
Like just missing the
One
point.
by one down the list.
Tristan is like the antithesis of Kai.
Also, I
but
can't,
yeah.
and I can't believe nobody mentioned this yet, but Xendergarten Before Hours is a play on Xendergarten After Hours, which is a series we're also doing that we haven't released an episode yet.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming
Coming
eventually,
soon to
I don't know.
Xendergarten Review.
Coming late.
Coming late. Wouldn't it be funny if we just never got Xendergarten After Hours, and so we only have Xendergarten and Before Hours?
On video and DVD.
It's like
it would very
lost
much
footage.
fit the vibe.
That would be funny.
Yeah. I remember in episode 2 of Xendergarten Before Hours, Abnormality started like playing around with a diagram of black diasem.
Oh yeah, maybe I should talk about that scale. So basically, Tristan Bay found a scale a while back, a JI scale that contains both black die and diasem, and it
I think we
contains like
talked
one of
about it
each,
in
and then
episode
kind
1.
of.
Of the 4 hours, maybe.
Did we? Oh, maybe, but this will be a recap because
Yeah.
this is official Xendergarten. So yeah, he basically put both black die and diasem like on the same kind of like center pipe chain, and then basically built it out to be constant structure, and it's a detemper of like 19C or whatever. But anyways, I basically looked at that and say, hey, I could probably improve that. So then I created Black Diasem, not to be confused with Black Diasem. One of them is spelled with an I, one of them is spelled with a Y. It's dumb. But yeah, it contains 2 diasems and 1 black die, and then 1 almost complete black die as well. You'll see it if you watch the video. Like it's kind of like late-ish into the thing. I'm just messing around with the lattice and it on a keyboard because I actually found that like a Negri keyboard, which is like 901S, works well for this. Anyway, sorry, that's a random monologue, but I won't spend too much time on that.
Yeah. Speaking of scales, we also discovered
Panslan.
Panslan and Slanpan, but Slanpan is irrelevant.
Before the big Pentland review, I found this after Pentland, but I found a ternary scale which works in 34 Edo, 53 Edo, and 87 Edo. It's notable for being a very good 2, 3, 5, 13 subgroup scale. It only has a systematic name. It's called Xthon, Cthon 5M, Xthon 5M, and it's notable for containing a lot of 10 to 13 to 15 chords, and this 4-note chords which I like, 10 to 12 to 13 to 15, and 34 tunes it accurately enough for me. And what this scale needs to work is tempering out 676 over 675. That's S26, I think.
Yeah, S26. It's the island comma.
Yeah. Yes, to equate the to equate 274 generators to 143. So the scale has 2 chains of 15 to 13 74 generators and 7-note chains of 74 generators, and the offset that separates the 2 changes 13 to 9. So and what I like about it is it contains more fifths than Climate 11, which is a comparable scale in the 2, 3, 5, 13 subgroup, which is Climate 15 is a moss.
I'm trying to figure out what that would be. 2, 3, 5, 13.
4L11 is tuned in 34 Edo and 53 Edo, 87 Edo. There are only 3-note change up, whereas in Xthon 5M there are 4-note change of fifths. And that's the strength of 34 Edo over 27 Edo.
Oh, so like so wouldn't that be Sumatra temperament then? Because that's basically like a rank 3 Klysmic. It's the optimal ET sequence for it. I'm currently looking on the wiki is 15, 19, 34, 53, 72, 87, 125F, 140, 159, 212, 299. There's a lot of 53 in there.
Wait, guys, 676 over 675, isn't this the comma that splits 27 over 25 in half?
676
don't know.
over
Hold on.
675 is the comma that splits 4 over 3 into 215 over 13. I don't know if it splits. Actually, you know what? It might. I think you're right.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah.
splits.
It does. Yeah, it
The
goes like
island
25,
comma.
26, 27. Yeah, yeah. Those. Yeah. It's like
Okay,
an
yeah, it
equalized.
does.
Yeah,
I've checked on the wiki right now.
yeah, yeah.
While 27 black dies, semitone is still superior to 34 black dice semitone. I like the L plus S whole tone better in 34 than 27 So
Yeah.
I'm kind of having a hard time deciding between in 34 and 27 if black die wise.
Guys, on different topic, it's a shame that the cake comma does not split a cake in half.
Oh my god.
Are we gonna have
It
to
doesn't?
make an interval called a cake? Which is like,
Oh my god, I
Like,
would
you
love
have
to.
there's like a bunch of different versions depending on how many slices the cake is in.
Exactly.
Or maybe we just
So,
have like the cake comma, which splits itself in half. I don't know how that would work, but
How?
You
I
split
mean,
the
I
cake
reckon it
into
would be-
a cake comma. Or wait, no, the cake
Yeah,
comma
like-
is what happens when like you have a little chunk left over after everyone's already done eating.
Yeah, wait, cake comma is actually a
Also, it's
thing.
45 over 44.
Dude, I'm looking at the 45 over 44 page on the Zen wiki, and there's an image attached to it.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, like all of the cakes are probably going to be some number times some other number because every cake, I don't know about you guys, but like I feel like round cakes are kind of a myth. You know, every cake I've ever eaten is rectangular.
The only round cake that's good is ice cream cake.
yeah, because once upon a time, we tempered cake, like actually, physically. There is the whole story about it.
My cake got tempered out when I ate it.
Yeah, I know the original cake from the cake comma story is round, but like I still don't believe that because every cake I've ever eaten is square.
I've eaten some round cakes.
I've baked a couple of pound cakes.
Ocean Stegosaurus tardigrade.
Okay, but here's the deal though. Why does it look like the cake is sitting on top of scrambled eggs?
It looks like
Because you
porridge for
tempered
me,
out the
honestly.
cake comma, and so it didn't come out right.
Yeah, you tempered out the cake. All was left was like the bread of the cake. The icing is gone.
I've never heard somebody refer to the cake part of a cake as the bread, but now I will from now on.
Oh, that's
I mean,
actually
it is.
yeah.
Cake is just bread with extra sugar in it. And moisture.
Bread is like
I
a
guess.
tartine. Yeah.
Moisture.
guys.
I hardly
Cake-
even yoster.
What?
Cake
If you
What are
put
talking
bread on
about?
a cake, it becomes a sandwich.
Yeah, I think the moisture comes from the sugar absorbing water. Not letting it evaporate.
Yeah.
My cake keeps evaporating. That's why it's tempered out.
So
Well, that's
cake
it.
really is just bread with a ton of sugar in it.
God, what is that? What is that type of like pastry called that has like the liquid inside it? I forgot what it's called.
It's also bread. Cake is also bread minus gluten. The gluten would make the cake really chewy like bread.
Oh my god, you're right. So cake minus bread
I'm
equals
gonna add
gluten.
everything. I'm gonna make a cake that's got gluten in it. It's gonna have nuts in it.
So you bleach it. That's why your cake flours are bleached with a bleaching agent to destroy the gluten.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
So bleach doesn't destroy the proteins. It prevents them from linking up into a tight structure. Actually,
Unless the cake is gluten free.
Right, Tristan is like allergic to gluten. Right, Tristan?
Well, my cake's not gonna be gluten free. I'm gonna add the gluten back in. I'm gonna add nuts in. I'm gonna add lactose in. Not milk, just the
I'm
lactose.
fine with lactose. I just try and limit it.
Well, yeah, you're fine with the lactose. That's why I'm putting the nuts in the cake as well. I want to make a cake that only I can eat.
Make it Tristan proof. Where Tristan.
It's pretty easy to do that.
I love that lactose flavor. Can hardly go without it. If I'm drinking lactose-free milk, then I'm very upset.
Yes.
I have an official proposal, guys.
Go for
There's
it.
a serious topic, guys. 99 over 80. 99 over 80. The undecimal sub-major third. I propose that from now on, it should be called
Right,
the
yeah.
cake third. Because it actually gets split in half by the cake comma.
Should I edit the wiki right now?
Yeah, we got a bunch of funny names for thirds, I think. Because I decided to
Let
call
me check.
23 over 19 the sock third. I don't know if it's logged on the wiki. I don't log anything on the wiki. It's a reference to Monsters Incorporated. When 2319 is the code that they use
Dude.
for white sock.
I really want to name it.
I don't know why the code has to change depending on the color of the sock, but
I've been performing Spanish music lately, and what's interesting is that the chord names have the traditional, like, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, B7, that kind of stuff. But on top of that is the Spanish translation of the chord, which is not exact to what we have in English.
Yeah.
Instead of the letters, it's the solfege.
Yes.
And it's not relative solfege, it's absolute solfege, basically. So C will always be do, regardless of the key. Which is really interesting because, we think of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do as relative to what key we're in
Wait, really?
to help people out, but
I didn't know
in-
that.
in Spanish, I believe it's absolute.
I don't want to diss anybody's cultural traditions here, but I think that a lot of European languages using absolute solfege instead of letter names is an
Dude,
objectively terrible decision.
actually, this is like a moment of revelation for me because I never knew this. I actually thought that the letters C, D, E, F, G, A, B, they corresponded to do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do, right?
It only does in certain languages like Spanish.
And in Romanian.
And in Russian. And in German. And in Czech. And in Hungarian. And in Belarus.
Dude.
Is this the... I'm sorry, are we having the background noise variety hour going on right now?
We can cut it out in editing, though.
Yeah, are you editing
Which
the
page are you
cake
editing right
third?
now, Abnormality? Because I want to edit 99 over 80.
Editing the wiki right now?
I'm not editing the wiki right now.
Why
Where
are
is
you
this
editing
lie
typing
coming
them?
from?
Third. Third, cake, third.
Cake third,
third.
cake third,
Let's
cake third,
Let's sing the
third.
cake third.
Alright, here, let me get Spoogly to do it.
Cake third, cake third, cake third.
We should make a cake third scale, so like every single step is a cake third.
My favorite part of cake is that you have to scrape all the frosting off of it to make it taste reasonable.
Okay, let's see.
Alright, I edited it.
That is
Cake
amazing.
Third,
The-
cake third, cake third.
The edit message just says cake third in all caps.
Dude, thank you, Tristan. Should we like give the etymology
I'm
of the
actually
name?
gonna-
But that's Xendergarten, baby.
Oh
That's
yeah,
Xendergarten,
Spookly. I
baby.
totally agree with you. You are so cool.
So back to what I was saying. So letter names are, in my opinion, very difficult for certain languages. One of them is one that I speak, sort of, Toki Pona. Now, granted, this is a constructed language, but a lot of languages have restricted syllable construction, and for languages with harder syllable construction, you'll see them less commonly use alphabets and the like. They'll more often use syllabaries, like Japanese. So, I actually transliterated the solfege that we use in European languages into Toki Pona. Some of the solfege will transliterate to an actual Toki Pona word, so I actually had to give them a slightly different vowel, so that way it wouldn't get confused with certain words. But in my opinion, it's a much more elegant way to represent the 7 note names as opposed to trying to just transliterate the letters, because if you try to transliterate letters, it gets much farther off than if you were to just use the solfege
Well,
syllables.
my point with this whole thing is that I think each language should have an established system for both relative and absolute pitch notation. And maybe I'm wrong, but like I don't know what in languages that use absolute solfege, I don't know of any distinct relative notation
Well,
system.
in Romanian, at least.
All right,
I guess you could use numbering.
I guess. Ah, that's what I hate about Armadou notation, though. Because we already use numbers for everything.
Like octaves.
Yeah, octave is got grandfathered in, I guess.
You guys know this is like the reason why editing the Romanian Zen wiki is so difficult, as you guys know, or as you guys don't know. And I've discovered that the Wikipedia articles on Romania on like music theory and Romanian are pretty barren, but also very inconsistent in their naming and everything. But yeah, aside from that, editing the Zen wiki is actually pretty fun once you get the nitty gritty stuff out of it. Like you just like don't you get the bad stuff out of the way, right? Like the naming and stuff. And now I have about okay, all right. Let me check. I have 29 articles written so far.
Yay.
It was really difficult for me initially because you have to translate what would you translate MOS into a different language if there's no
MOS isn't
like,
even translated into English.
Yeah. So I just had to do a lot of different shortcuts and stuff. And I even wrote an article on Xendergarten, which you guys can read if you know Romanian. If you don't, that's a shame.
So I guess you're the person I should be asking about this. So I assume Romanian uses absolute solfege for its pitch
It does.
notation, right?
It does.
Does it have a relative system?
No. I
See,
mean,
that's what
you
I'm
just, like,
talking
say-
about.
You know, okay, let me check. Let me tell you. In Romanian, we say it like the English version of music theory, which like say varianta engleză de notație or something like that, where we say the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but we also say that C, E are also absolute, so it's like it's useless. Yeah.
This is one of the few things that English actually does right. I'm amazed.
Until this point, I actually didn't know that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do was different from C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and stuff. Like, this was the moment where it clicked for me, where I found out. That is so useful! Oh my god! How come it's not available in Romanian?
That's...
So, a while ago, I invented this very idiosyncratic thing. Is that how you pronounce it? Idiosyncratic?
Yeah.
It is.
I
Idiosyncratic.
invented this very idiosyncratic term, jijection, which is a combination of JI and bijection. And
Right,
a
I've seen that
bijection
before.
is just a mathematical term for a function that maps one element to another element, and it maps it back exactly. So, for example, if you take all the natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then map them to their doubles 2, 4, 6, 8, then you can map all the doubles back to the natural numbers. So, multiplying by 2, that's a bijection between natural numbers and multiples of 2, if that makes sense. So a jijection is like that, but between numbers and every possible JI chord. And I've spent countless hours coming up with different algorithms to do that, and yesterday, as of the time of recording, I finally came up with one that I was decently satisfied with. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I'm going to make a website called Dictionary.com, and that's
so
JI
good.
plus dictionary.
Oh, that's good.
And what you can do is you can enter in a number, and then you can see what chord it maps to, and then you can either like browse through chords one by one, or you can have it randomly pick a chord based on the number, and it'll do like chord analysis stuff where it'll like tell you what intervals it has, like it'll show you what subsets of the chords are, Ito approximations, and then similar chords.
This reminds me of
So
like
yeah.
kind of like a cross between what is it, the Library of Babel, and like the what is it, ianring.com, the scale website. Yeah, I think this is a really cool idea.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Zencal a bit. Although you're actually indexing each JI interval by a specific number, which I think is pretty cool.
Not just each JI interval, but each JI chord.
Each JI chord, yeah. That's insane. Yeah, here, let me ask you this now. What's the runtime of this algorithm?
Like, do you mean the time complexity?
Yeah, I mean the asymptotic runtime. Because I just got out an algorithms class where we did a lot of this stuff in college.
Honestly, I have no idea, but I've been able.
Fast enough that it doesn't matter.
Test it.
Yeah, and I've actually tested it for like pretty big numbers. Like, I think I've tested it like when I'm testing, I do a loop where I just iterate through a bunch of numbers and figure out what each chord maps to. So like numbers 1 through 1,000, for example. And then I did a variation on that where instead of doing the numbers directly, I use the powers of 2 of those numbers instead to test like really, really big inputs. So I think I tested up to like 2 to the power of 300, and it still ran pretty quickly. So yeah, it can handle really big numbers, which is good.
You should also
really
talk
hope
about
this-
the. You should also talk about the spectral thing, because you put in some songs in 7 EDO, right? And they sound really interesting. Like
that was another thing. Oh, but just quickly, the most important feature of Dictionary is that as soon as you go to a page to get a chord, it'll have buttons to let you hear the chord with different waveforms. So it'll be like the easiest way to just hear how a chord sounds.
Maybe you should also have a button to play all the notes sequentially for like scales and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that too.
This is like the what is it? It's the infinite library that contains like every string of text. Babylon?
Yeah,
Is it
Library. I already said that. Library of Babel. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
what I said.
Yeah, that's what
It's like a
everybody
cross
said.
between
I
Library
was
of Babel
thinking
and
Library of Babylon, and I'm like, that's not correct. Babylon's a real place with real library. Yeah, the library.
I went to
of
Babel.
It's kind of like that, where you could look up the index of any possible JI scale. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, but of course the way you'd have to, like, if you were inputting a scale, you'd have to input it as a harmonic series segment, or I mean subset. So
Right,
like you
so they
couldn't
might
you
be-
couldn't
so-
you couldn't put in like 1/1, 7/6, 7/5. You'd have to put like, what is it, 30 to 35 to 42. Oh my goodness! What
Umo,
the-
what
the
chord?
what is this chord?
The denominator is probably going to end up being pretty big for a lot of scales because you're going to need it to have as a factor every other denominator for every other interval in the scale. But like, it's not inconceivably large. And because the program works at such high numbers, it should be pretty easy to figure out where every where every JI scale is.
I can't wait to see what happens like with the program when you uh when you give it like some ridiculously like crazy like complex comma. I mean, okay, the number might not be as high for like lower limits, but like imagine how big this index would be for something like Kernberger's atom, or even something like the Amity comma, or the Garaskisma.
Here, RMax, the one that I sent in chat, that one is bus written eternally. I wonder what the index for that would be. Something insanely high.
Okay, so you mentioned Garaskismic, the Garaskismic comma, or sorry, you mentioned the Garaskisma, and that made me think of when I looked up the Garaskismic clan on the Zen Wiki recently. And I just want to read out the first part of this article. So, the Garaskismic clan of temperaments tempers out the Garaskisma. The head of this clan is Gary.
What?
Meow.
I know it's supposed to be like a like a temperament, but the head of the clan is Gary. Can you imagine like a Game of Thrones type situation?
The head of this clan is Gary.
Gary.
I love that. It sounds like a cult. Like, I imagine Gary's cult.
The cult of Gary.
And it's only music's in the Gary's Gizmic clan. Oh, that's perfect.
Gary.
The cult
an
of
episode title.
Yay! We have our episode title!
The cult of Gary. We should make that
a
place in Xendergarten.
When we have like these dumb bits that are the funniest thing I've heard all week.
We should like make the ritual food a cake.
Oh yeah.
Gluten free.
Oh, that's true.
Imagine what Garaskismic plus 45 over 44 would be.
Probably something stupid.
Oh.
Let me plug it in right now.
The best 11 limit extension.
We're creating the ultimate temperament right now.
The Gary temperament.
It's
wait.
pythonanywhere.com, right?
So it would be Gary Cake, right? Can we call it Gake?
Yeah, Gary's cake.
Gake temperament.
Gake. Gake.
Gake?
Carrie.
So
Who's Carrie?
He's the guy who made BFDI.
Right, that's true, but yeah, that's true.
What about his brother Michael? His brother Michael worked on BFDI as well.
Yeah,
that is
that's
also
the thing
true.
that everyone knows him from. I was never huge into BFDI. I kind of watched his channel for other stuff.
Right,
Like,
like
I
Carrie
got,
teaches you to
he
time
got me
travel.
interested in
Oh,
AI
boy.
before AI was the worst thing I've ever heard of.
Exactly.
Thank you.
GPT fan before Chat GPT. Because that's like what
I
everybody
can't remember
thinks
the name of the
right?
neural network. I
When you
think was
think
it
of AI.
Torch or something. I used it on Linux. I don't remember.
PyTorch?
It might be.
Yeah, I remember when AI was like good and not like super evil, and there would be videos on like AI learns how to walk. Well, I guess that AI is not bad. It's just generative AI.
Dude, back when I wrote my application letter for college, like back when I first applied to college, I was talking about how I like wanted to get into AI development as a computer engineer. And things have turned out a little bit differently.
Yep. You guys know, like, one of the...
Now you have AI writing people's college applications.
Now I want to do AI undevelopment.
True.
AI development.
Return to monkey.
You take an
You
AI
just,
and then
walk into,
lobotomize
like
that.
a big. You just walk into like a big computer room and then just start shooting the computers.
Shooting
I
them!
prefer a large
of course it's
hammer.
shooting.
Just
Of course, I should have known.
spin around with a hammer and just like knock out all the servers.
You got, like...
Or no, what's even better, just walking into a big like computer server room with a water gun.
Whoa, a water gun. That's hilarious.
Alright, I posted Gake temperament to the
Gake.
look at it. It has a pretty high badness, and it also tempers 5.
Oh, 12 supports it in Cotton Belt. That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, it
perfect.
does.
We should like right now create the Geek temperament article.
Oh, I forgot to say earlier, for the ritual of like
I thought we said no editing articles during
for
recording.
the ritual of Gary's cult.
It tempers 5/4, 19.5 cents flat, and 11, 19.5 cents sharp. And this is the unweighted CE tuning of it, by the way.
Geek.
For the
Anyways.
ritual for the cult of Gary, you have to cut the cake exactly into 2 pieces because that 1 comma splits the
Can't you be an atom off?
yeah.
Equal divisions of the cake.
Imagine you got your knife, you got your cake, and then you have to get out a ruler to measure exactly.
Oh
how
my
to-
god! Yeah, like a
No,
compass.
we're going down to the molecular level. You need more than just a ruler.
we
round.
bring a
You need
cake.
an electron microscope.
We need to do the ritual
Exactly.
for IRL.
Yeah.
Xendergarten.
You would need way. You wouldn't like a ruler wouldn't suffice. You'd need like
Exactly.
Okay, you know those like laser things that like you can use to like I think you can use like lasers to measure distance like really precisely.
Yeah.
Even like a really nice caliper thing wouldn't do the trick, I think.
Yeah,
'Cause
get
if
the
it's just an atom off,
cake-apers.
then we're talking about like what, nanometers?
Micrometers, honestly. Wait,
I mean,
micrometers are smaller.
Look, we can't go that much further. Or we're gonna start splitting Kernberger's atom.
You'd have Kernberger's atom bomb.
Yeah, we have to split molecules, not atoms.
Tristan Bay, can you detemper Gake 17 and then we could find what the index is in the dictionary.
Oh no.
I mean, I could do that later. I could detemper it later.
Okay, I've just created the scale to 2 equal divisions of the cake. Here it is. Wait, no, I just copied the link to Scale Workshop. Oops.
Dude, you just sent an empty scale.
Here it is. I don't have any.
I don't even blame him because I've done it multiple times.
You have to export it.
That's it. That's the page.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Ground. You mentioned Carrie being the creator of BFDI. I don't think I've told anybody in Xendergarten this before, but I have created essentially a puppet show / IRL recreation / parody of an object show called Real Life Objects with my friend from grade school. And it is very much the spirit of Xendergarten, except the host is a little bit of a prick. He's like, oh, you did that, you're gonna get disqualified. As a matter of fact, like, the first elimination is because somebody asks a question, like, hey, wasn't he right about this thing? And then he goes, well, no, he was wrong, you're disqualified, get out.
Did I forget to check a box during the character creation screen before I was born? I swear every autistic person loves object shows, and I was only ever a little bit into them.
What are object shows?
Oh my god.
Half of the episodes are on my
It's-
Nintendo 3DS.
It's a show with objects. Guys, look at this. No way. This is so funny out of context.
One is slightly bigger than the other. It looks like.
This is why you need
so-
to use the cake
So maybe
The angle is completely
no,
off.
or you could intentionally make it a little bit uneven to where one represents 9/8 and the other one represents 11/10.
If you
Calipers will not suffice. That defeats the point.
My favorite way to cut a pumpkin pie. We should put that on screen so people know what we're talking
Yeah, we need
about.
Yeah.
to make sure that to have the things on screen.
but
Avoid this to
If you
not
do
face
this-
the wrath of Gary.
if you do this, Gary will kill you. This will get you sacrificed by the Gary clan.
Yeah, they will cut you exactly in half.
They will turn you into a cake.
No, I don't want to be a cake. Too bad.
Please don't.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's true. Cake. Oh my god. So, oh my god, we're looping back around because we have 26 Ito, right? And as far as I know, the cake third is like very well approximated in 26 Ito.
And 13.
Yeah!
Doesn't 26 also temper out the cake comma, or does it temper out like 55 or 54?
The alternate name, cake third, oh my god, this was just added. The alternate name, cake third, refers to the fact that tempering out 45 over 44, the cake comma, leads to a temperament that slices 99 over 80 exactly in half into two 11 over 10s. Oh my
You
god.
guys added that.
It was Tristan.
Yeah, I added it like 15 minutes ago or something.
We're gonna get put on a Zen Wiki watch list.
What, me?
Abnormality.
Abnormality. If there is a Zen Wiki, if there is a Zen Wiki watch list, I feel like Abnormality would likely already be on it to some extent.
Why? What have I done? What did I do?
What did I do?
You removed aberrismic theory from category pages with idiosyncratic terms.
I know, which is why I should be put on the good list.
You created the basically like the homonym of Diaschismic. Not really a homonym.
Was it?
Like
what?
Homonym, I guess.
Do you mean... Wait, what do you... Diaschism? I'm so confused.
Oh my god, wait, no, I mixed it up.
Do you mean Black Diasm?
I wanted to say Black Diasm, but I don't know what happened to me. I said Diaschismic.
Black Diaschismic. I wonder what temperament that's.
Bro is the Diaschisler.
Well, that was both of us. That was like me and
it was coordinated.
You two will be put on a watch list.
It was a coordinated terrorist attack on the Zen Wiki.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe that was a little too far. Now I'm gonna get put on a YouTube watch list for having too edgy of humor.
Do you guys remember the Azali video where he made a song in like a JI scale?
Yeah.
I look at this. I almost hit save page on this.
Oh,
we have to put this on screen.
J.I. Azaler.
J.I. Azaler.
An Azaler is a 7-limit 12 just intonation scale created by Azali. The name is a reference to his most popular song, I Azaler. Spoilers for I Azaler ahead.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, this is worse than the bus scale. This reminds me of the bus article, which got vandalized.
Oh yeah, the Tremend edits.
The J.I. Azaler. Oh my god.
Be first on that watch list.
It's kind of sad because now every time that I bring up like a scale like straw or bus or any one of the ones that got vandalized, people just like quote Tremend with one or two things, and I'm like, guys, the scale is actually good, I swear.
Who was Tremend?
But people keep talking about harmonic sprazzles and wibble points.
But that's just so funny. I'm sorry. Like even I could try to vandalize your pages, and I couldn't come up with something half that funny.
Dude, the Zen Wiki war has commenced. Like, we have Abnormality the terrorist who... Okay, maybe I should not say that.
What? I'm not vandalizing any pages. I haven't vandalized anything.
Yeah, but you make...
I created one article on the Zen Wiki because someone told me to make a wiki article for Diasem, and I put like one paragraph in there. And then I just never edited the wiki again.
Oh, 26 does temper out the cake comma.
Ooh, what is this?
Their apology or whatever.
Oh my god, yo. So anyways, yeah, we have Abnormality and Tremend. Looks like Abnormality won this time, but we will have to see yet
what
will come next.
What do you mean I
won? Harmonic oh my god! This is genius. We have fuzzle junctions, harmonic fibrillation, stockaplum, the balbrations, hyperdissonant balbrations. glibber nodes and
Tristan, if you're editing this episode, you're gonna have to remember to include all of these on screen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Recursive glibber nodes.
Which scale has the most? Which scale has the most Wibble
I
points?
genuinely really want to know who this is because I feel like it's not just some random.
I feel like it's just abnormality.
I don't know.
I feel like it's just you.
It's not me. Why would I evangelize? This has caused me nothing but annoyance. This is when I was gone from the Zen Alliance. I wanted nothing to do with them.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to confess something. I've been sleep editing.
Aw, man. Okay, it's only 20 minutes before I have to go.
Mm-hmm.
I did have some stuff that I wanted to briefly talk about. First, I just wanted to say, because I think this was in the Lost episode 10, the one where we realized we lost the recording.
We met in a Radio
I
Shack.
said this, but I have started working on a 9 album. Well, I started a while ago now, but just making an album entirely in 9 because I think that tuning deserves some more love. And I think it is kind of the macrotonal Ito. It is the most versatile Ito with less than 12 notes.
You know what's
And then
cool?
the second thing is to talk about Straw.
Yeah,
Straw is a
Straw.
7-limit
Yeah.
JI scale that I discovered. And its main, the amazing thing about it is that it works perfectly on just a regular Halberstadt keyboard. And the way it does it is instead of mapping a major third to 10 steps and a minor third to 8 steps, or wait, no, sorry, I was thinking 31. Major third to 8 steps and then a minor third to 6 steps. It maps both of them to 7, which is the size of a perfect fifth on a Halberstadt keyboard. And you have a ton of those because it's a diatonic layout. So you have basically those chords everywhere on the white notes, and also 8/7 and 7/6 are mapped to 5 steps. So you have your important 7th limit intervals also all over the keyboard. And it actually works out to where if you play every other white note, like you would play a chord in 12 Ito, it ends up just creating a kind of diatonic nice tone scale, and you get that wherever you are on the keyboard. I did a live stream about it. I'll probably do another live stream dedicated to it sometime soon. But I nominated it for Tuning of the Month because I think it is one of the most accessible ways to kind of get the 7 limit, because it has plenty of also 81/80 and 64/63 comma steps. So it's a very accessible way to just mess around with 7 limit JI without needing some crazy instrument, and will still be.
And it's a superset of black diasem, so I approve.
And yeah,
Straw is so versatile. You guys should try it.
here, you might have to link it in the description. And remember, guys, like and subscribe to Xendergarten.
Like and
if you want
subscribe and
more
share it with your Xendermon and
gardening
friends.
content.
Join the server.
Join the server.
Link in the description.
Okay. Also,
Now
speaking
there's-
of scales on Halberstadt keyboards, it made me suddenly curious what it would be like to have Blackwood 10 on the black keys and Whitewood 14 on the white keys, and have a 24-note scale that has both of them.
Yeah, I was thinking of that potentially as a subset of 35, but I haven't tried it out yet.
Does it? I mean, what would the distance be?
Yeah, I did that too. I had them offset. I had it as a 70 Ito subset, where they were offset by a 600-cent tritone.
That's what I did too.
What
Yeah,
distance
it
was?
just creates weird comma steps that way.
Wait, what distance were the white keys and the black keys apart?
It's one of the first things you think about when you learn about 7 and 5.
I know Abnormality classifies scales by their vibe. 26 is similar to 27, 7 is similar to 5, 11 is similar to 13.
No, well, those are the ones.
I'm sorry, but 7 is not similar.
That's
to
what
five.
Abnormality
They
says.
Armac,
have
you are
very
no,
different
no,
vibes.
stop talking! You are grossly misclassifying what I've said.
You told me 20 was similar to 21.
Stop talking. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said, okay, no. What I'm saying is they are kind of like evil twins of each other. they kind of are of similar size, but they do very different things. RMAX, you saying...
Oh, that makes more sense.
It's like 32 and 33.
Yeah, 30, see, and you are really misrepresenting by what you're saying by me saying that they're like the same or similar, because no, the whole point is that they're not. They're like very close to each other in size. They're around the same range. Like 26 and 27, I think, is one of the best examples of this. But they're kind of like very different.
So they're super particular Itos, technically.
Basically, whatever two Itos would be paired off in a rap battle. That's how I classify
That's
it.
actually a good way to do it.
What about 41 and 46?
Yeah, see, those would be paired off.
Although those are actually relatively similar.
What about 30 and 20 and... Wait.
No, they still would be paired off in a rap
41 and
What
43.
about 31 and
But it's
29?
the most
No.
interesting. It's the most interesting when they're
No.
one after the other. 20 and 21, 26 and 27, 32 and 33. That sort of
I
thing.
really think that a triple rap battle between 34, 35, and 36 would be awesome. Because you have one that's like 235, one that's 237, and then one that's like dual 3 and kind of has a bit of 5 and a bit of 7.
If we were going to do a triple rap battle, I feel like it would have to be 41, 46, and 53.
Yeah, that one's another great triple.
Yeah, but they are actually pretty similar to each other.
Also, this might be weird, but
94, maybe?
72, 87, and 99.
Ooh.
Hold on, 94 needs to be in there too, though, right?
I feel like 99 would like lose on the basis of like blacking at 11.
How about 94 comes in at like the last like minute or something and just like it just like steals the show because everybody knows that
Yeah.
94
Well,
is actually the
87
best.
is the best.
And 80. 80 and 94 need to have a rap battle.
Oh, that could work,
7,
yeah.
94, and 111.
Yo, I'm 34. You will black die if you hear any more.
Oh!
Okay, this might be an unconventional one, but what about 55 versus 57 versus 59? Because you have like one that's kind of like a weird mean tone, and Dolores Catherino uses it because it's like one of the biggest ones you can use on Lumatone. And then 57 is dual 3, dual 5, but has a bunch of higher primes. And then 59 is Porcupine.
I don't know. They don't feel that connected in my mind.
I'm 55. It captures the heart of Mozart.
I don't know if I find it useful to know that an Edo over 53 definitely had this moss. Or this moss or that.
What? Oh, are you talking about 55 or 59 or I?
Abnormality.
Okay, everybody just.
When you were talking about your album, you totally just reminded me of the thing that I forgot to mention, which is that as of recording, my album comes out in less than 2 weeks. It's the thing that's currently ruining my life.
Oh yeah.
Right.
December 27th.
Why is it ruining your life?
Talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. Why is it ruining your life?
Because Ground is trying her best. I don't know.
Because I'm
Tell
really
us.
bad at releasing music. I have a ton of unreleased music, and I'm like, okay, I need to release an album by the end of the year, or I will die, basically. And so I don't even know how many tracks are going to be on this, because I don't know what's going to make a good...
That's a quite intense
Track list.
ultimatum.
Well, yeah, I know. I have, like, enough songs that I'll be able to release something, but what that thing will look like, I don't really know.
Ground. Will you black die or white die if you don't release the album by the end of the year?
I will die. The black and the white temper out.
Or pine die?
I think she'll die a slime.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna release something. It's probably gonna have at least 5 tracks. Hoping for 9. Probably not gonna make it. We'll see. And then I have another album planned for 2025 as well. To release even more unreleased music.
I haven't even like released a full album. Like-
You guys released anything?
Oh, I neither have I. I'm planning to release something for 2025, and I might release one song from the album by the 25th, just to give people a taste for that album.
By the 25th. By the 25th of which month? Oh, by the 25th of December. Nice. Actually, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy Xendergardening.
Right,
and happy...
Honorable Crimmy.
Happy
True.
Right, Honorable Crimmy.
Merry Christmas minus 11 days. Let's just say that.
Exactly.
We are currently recording on December 14th.
Oh wow, it's only 11
On
days
the
away.
11th, on the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me Spoogly introducing the cast and the Cake Clan by Gary.
Deck the halls with vows and manzas. Fa la 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 la.
No, the first day of Christmas, I hate to be that guy, but the first day of Christmas is the 25th. The second day of Christmas is the 26th, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Up until the day of the wise men arriving at the manger.
Oh, true.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Yeah, we're the minus
Dawn fought
11th.
a new dusk.
The wise men arrived at which made third.
The Cake third.
Anyways, I think we
Exactly.
completely forgot to talk about Penslen because I think we got kind of like derailed.
Didn't we talk about it?
I don't think
on
we
Xendergarten
did. I think
before
we
hours?
recorded Xendergarten before hours before
Yeah, that was
Pensland
before.
Oh, really?
Right, before the Fat
I
video
was
came
just
out.
totally
like
gonna skip past discovering the best scale ever.
Dude, do you guys remember the Xendergarten YTP? The real ones know. It begins with, "Hey Ground, could you tell us more about the 21/20 problem?" And then Ground says no, and that gets remixed into Can. Anyways.
Wait, are you prompting me
Ground
to talk about it now?
Ground, can you tell us about the 21/20 problem? Can you explain that?
Yes.
Yeah!
Okay.
Let's go!
Let's go!
So the 21/20 problem is what I referred to as the problem of getting a JI-based aberysmic scale to use 21/20 as a semitone. Because for some reason, getting a quasi-diatonic scale to use that while following the aberysmic scale construction methods is weirdly difficult. And I tried a lot of times over multiple years, and I decided to randomly give it another try one day, and it just worked. And the secret to it was to get a 2-3-5-7 scale, you temper out a very low complexity and small comma, in this case, the Slendrick comma 1029/1024. If you do that, now you have, it's not totally JI based, it does temper out one comma, but now you get pretty easy access to a whole bunch of full septimal intervals. And so, not only does Penslen, the resulting scale, not only does it give you the 21/20 semitone, it also gives you another problem that I was trying to solve. I guess you could call it the 36/35 problem, because when you get into like really accurate tunings, like to JI, of aberysmic scales, you end up with intervals for the aberysma that are pretty close in size to 64/63, or even worse, 81/80. And those are pretty small, and I would like to use something bigger, and 36/35 is right there, and once again, I could not shove it into a quasi-diatonic scale. But Penslen also solves that problem, so you have two 8-note Slendrick chains separated by some sort of pental offset, hence Penslen. And so I found that, and it was perfect, and it had all the intervals I wanted, and then I was like, well, I guess I'm done. I'm tired. I better post this to Tumblr and go to sleep. And in the hours that I was asleep, Gordon Wary started using the scale on stream. Because abnormality was, I almost called you aberysminality.
Abnormality.
Abnormality got him to use it. And apparently he liked it a lot. I made more Tumblr posts. He used it in even more streams. It's like,
A total of 4, by the way.
it's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how this happened. Gordon Wary got to use my scale before I did.
And for anyone who doesn't know, Gordon Wary is a macrotonal streamer. He streams almost nightly.
I think Gordon Wary's listening to this right now.
Hi Gordon.
Hello,
Hi
Gordon.
Gordon. Hi Gordon. Hi Gordon.
Hi Gordon, I know you listen to every single episode of Now
It's
and
really
Zen
cool that you're listening to this
Xendergarten,
while
so...
you're walking your dog. I think that's cool.
And Pentland really is the reason why I went back to like finding like the ones that happen to be looking for good skills that happen to be MV3 once more because it's clear that I was neglecting those with ground found moss forest, which is another regular quote unquote regular MV3 skill, and Penguin's another regular MV3. Well, we can we talk about what? And this is off topic from that, but I and Ground found this independently. It's a detempering. It's a 2, 9, 7, 11, and 17 detempering of my 11 liter my tonic. We add 2 aberysms to my tonic, and the resulting scale is called my 2S and aberysmic theory, and I made a rudimentary wiki page on it.
Oh, you're so far ahead of me. Dude, I haven't even finished like figuring out what all the chords are. I still have to name some of
Whoa.
them. Yeah, I've been on a massive roll lately finding these scales cuz like the 21/20 and 36/35 problems were ones I've been trying to solve for years, and then I discovered Penslen and solved them. And then there was another one where I was trying to detemper 11-eto smitonic, my first ever full Zen harmonic composition.
Yes, that was my problem. Yes, that was the problem I solved too.
My first ever Zen harmonic composition was in 11-eto smitonic, and this is, unlike Penslen, which is probably applicable to a lot of people, this is a very specific thing to me. The last time I tried to detemper it a few years ago, I ended up with like some quaternary or quinary or some stupid 41-eto scale based on the 9, 11, 14 triad. And I just picked a new subgroup and used all of my new aberysmic scale construction techniques, and I found this, and it solves another old problem. And even better, it is very well approximated by 46 Ito. You know what else is very well approximated by 46 Ito? Penslen. And you know why it's so good is because this 36/35 still needs to be like, it can't be made much bigger than the JI version because it still has to be a reasonable aberysma. And so in 41 Ito, which also supports this, it's like 58 cents, and that's a little too big, but in 46 Ito, it's 52 cents. So 46 Ito now, even though the 1 Ito step mappings of 81/80 and 64/63 being that small was kind of annoying, it is now a benefit to me because I have the smaller 36/35. So 46 Ito has been winning huge for me lately.
Okay. Anyways, I just wanted to say I have to go now. And 41 is better than 46. Bye.